Asian boy. I don't know. I don't know. I am out of the closet already, so you can't take me out of the closet. My name is Henry Cruz, and I will be your co-host, and my co-host is Hegan. So where are you located?
I am currently live in Tokyo. It's been, how can I say, 2-3 years, I guess. And yeah, things are getting fine, I guess.
Why do you have a British accent?
Like so like I did an intern when I was in college in London, and literally I mean, and posh people can't understand my Korean accent, so I have to like learn from it. And but
Posh
the
people?
posh people, you know, like the general British people, they don't get Korean accent, so I had to learn from it from them. And I'm not, it's not even a thing, but like like, you know, English have very different accents all across the world, and British accent is one of the easiest accent that Asian people can learn, because Korean and Japanese, we don't have any R or L sound. We can't separate that. And British accent is something that it doesn't separate that as well. So that's why I have to learn it to like, communicate with the people.
Can you say "oi, mate"?
Oi, 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 mate, oi, mate. You know, the Cockney accent.
You watch the football game.
Oh, that was brilliant, mate. That was marvelous. Did you watch the game last night, mate?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a bottle of water. Oi, oi, mate, bottle of water. Water.
We're gonna get on just fine.
No, you need to be more chunky in your feelings.
See that you give me lessons on British. But you're Korean living in Japan.
Yes.
Yes. I'm Puerto Rican living in New York.
I mean, I actually have one friend who lives in New York, and he's like, everything is so good in New York if you're rich.
That's true. There's two New Yorks. There's the rich, and then there's everybody else.
Oh, yeah. I think he's definitely the other side. Not the rich guy, but like the other side.
The poor, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the poor New York. But even poor New York is still rich in other countries. It's like, whoa.
Yeah. That.
I live in a whole entire apartment.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like I have a 1-bedroom apartment.
Oh.
I can fit 50 of my family in this apartment if I wanted to.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. Like,
I've been there several times.
Yeah, I suppose it's just like Miami, only my anus. Yeah.
Right. That's probably exactly how it's pronounced.
That's
How was it
Connecticut.
again, Paul?
My anus?
Yeah.
why Serene? Why did you pick Serene as your name?
It was a rush because when I came out that time as a transgender, you know, I didn't have a female name, you know. So when people ask, "What's my name?" You know, when people call me Simon, it doesn't feel comfortable. Like wow, you know, it's so masculine that sounds, you know. So I quickly, because it's 2 S's, you know, Simon, then Serene straight away, because S is start with S as well.
I was thinking Serenity. That's Serene. I like it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like I was born in India and then moved to the US at the age of 18 months. So sometimes I feel that my dad gave me the name Suraj Venugopal Ayyappan. If I have to just rename myself on the screen, just to see, so you can see the full spelling of my name. Yeah, that's my full name. And I think it was done so that I have a miserable time correcting the Americans on how to say my name right every time.
Now you have practice. But is that a middle name, or is that the family name, the first name, and then the family name?
So I'll tell you, this is in the interesting part. So Venugopal is my dad's name, actually. And Ayyappan, it's just a name that, because my dad prayed to a god, Hindu god named Ayyappa. And he said if he gets a boy, he would attach that to my first 2 names. So the thing is, my dad's surname and my mom's surname are different, like different surnames. And this was a funny part. When in school in America, the teacher would write report card letters addressing Dear Mr. and Mrs. Ayyappan. And there is no Mr. and Mrs. Ayyappan, and my mom would just hate it every time. Like, I hated being called Mrs. Ayyappan. I'm not Ayyappan.
Wow.
So that's the thing with my name.
Oh my God.
Now that you're an adult, do you love your name?
I just don't care anymore. I'm used to it for 29 years. Like, what new name do I want now? Honestly.
Are you asking me the question about my name? Like me? Like a guy who has a particularly large set, comedy set dedicated to name. You're asking me?
Yes, we're asking you.
Well, here's a question. Is it a common name?
Well, my name, here's the funny part. Not even Indians know how to pronounce my name. Like my name is the legendary card in the deck. Like the rarest Charizard card you can ever find. Like
I know a comedian from India was calling you Shahrukh. Shahrukh.
See, and that's not even the half of the part. Like my full name, if I had to rename myself, well, here it goes. This is my name.
Oh dear God, lots of letters.
Oh, Subramanyam. Oh, Devi Dula.
Like the only letters missing are Z, Q, and an X.
Oh.
It's such a simple name. His name was Henry. So, and he was Henry II. So I am Henry III, which is very close to Henry VIII. So
My name is, I think, quite simple, because Dominic is the version of Dominic, as a Latin name, and Domenico in Italian. It's from Dominus in Latin, meaning the Lord. So yeah, of the Lord or something related to the Lord, as Bruce says. Some pet name, or like Domino, when you say Domino's Pizza, Domino, they would call me Domino.
I was thinking that when I asked you the question, because like me, they used to call me Henrietta. My name is they feminize the names when kids make fun of you. It's like Dominica, or nobody. Oh, I thought of this as well, Dominatrix.
I haven't heard that before until now. But Dominica is a but you know what? The Dominica is like a regular, the female version, and there's a lot more Dominicas than Dominics. And it could be as Dominica, because if I just my family name, it is just like the A, and dot, so it reads Dominica. So yeah.
So also, to answer Serene, why do Indians give their children such long names? Well, they're compensating for something small.
Ouch.
Wait a
second. So with my big name, something.
But it's not really true. No, I mean, I know it. Not really true.
Have you done research?
Like personally, yeah.
You have the people who are defending Joe Rogan, who are saying that cancel culture is wrong, who have basically run on this idea that people are being canceled, right? And they're not saying anything when Mao's, which is a Pulitzer Prize winning book, is removed from a library.
The Republicans in America, which is the conservative side, want to get rid of some books, but they're complaining about poor Joe Rogan. Why would you cancel Joe Rogan? I think Joe Rogan said the N-word in one clip.
You guys have better things to do in your life, not just canceling it. Seriously. But seriously, I mean, yes, things are changing. Sadly, things are changing, and sometimes comedians, all the people who are creative, needs to adapt the changes no matter what, and we don't know the future at all, so sometimes we need to apologize that shit and everything. But I think I think that's one of the things that all the people should have to find their own way to overcome and be more, how can I say, as honest as possible. You know, if I made a mistake back in the day, sure, apologize and go to that, and then let's do crack some jokes. You know,
What if
like
it's have you ever said the N-word?
no, I've never done that.
Joe Rogan did.
Fucking, but like if he like say I was stupid, sorry to the audience. Really, honestly, I think we still have a room to, you know, to accept his apology and move on with that issue.
Well, I have to just ask a little, Egan. Have you ever never said the N-word?
I never
You've heard the word.
I heard the word, yes.
What does it rhyme with? No, you don't have to do that. I would say my relationship with the N-word is a little different. I grew up in a poor section, was mostly Latino and Blacks, or African Americans, and we all said it a lot. When I say we, I mean the people around me. I stopped saying the word at a certain age when I was smart enough to know is I'm not the right color to say that word. And when your brain kicks in and you're like, no. Now I just whisper it romantically. Because then it changed the meaning of I did believe, like, with cancel culture, as I was leading to a point, is this context, like, if I said the word to my homeboys, it's different than if I said the words in someone who is different than mine and I'm putting them down or disparaging them. So there's different meanings of words. I think if I get canceled, because I think of myself like Joe Rogan, but with more hair. A skinny rock, like The Rock, but with a lot skinnier and swell. I want to be canceled where I'm in the news for 3 days in a row. Still being canceled today. We're going to cancel again tomorrow. Joe Rogan in the news for like a week. That's a special level of cancel celebrity that I want to be. He didn't get canceled.
I think Sharon is the one that who will constantly face all this, hate situations. I think she
if I catch you calling me a cunt, that's a compliment. that's what I said just now. Like,
well, then seriously, what do you think about this one?
No, if I wish I get cancelled right now. It shows me how famous I become. You know what I mean? Like you're not famous yet, and then suddenly you get cancelled. Your name is everywhere. I wish I get cancelled right now. But if I become famous, I think this is a bunch of kids. Like what you say, Hagen. A bunch of kids, and I'm a philosopher. I think it creates a new generation of people who aren't able to control their own fucking emotions. They just blame it on everyone. Your mouth, your words. You have to take care of your emotion. You're offending me. A weak bunch of generation, and I hate that. We should learn how to control emotion. Like people say me, hey, chick with dick. Come on, yeah. I know you like to suck it. It turns into comedy when you don't take things seriously, but people just don't see it that way. It's turning into disaster. What a waste of energy. I'll say that.
There have been multiple instances where Joe Rogan does not so great things on his show. Like on one show, he just makes the lady strip her clothes off just because she's a porn star. Or I mean, he's done some sketchy stuff. So and he's got away with it. So I don't know. I mean, even if you cancel him, what good is it going to do? Like, what is the point of being cancelled when such a guy with big fame and money? Like, what's the point? He's going to start another thing and he's going to get his sponsors. There are obviously going to be people who will support him, even if he does bad things. Like, that's how criminals escape from their crime sentences.
He has FU money. Like, FU money is fuck you money. It's like, I got enough money. I'll start my own shit, or I don't So Joe Rogan's is, I think we could establish he can say N word, he could say the P word, he could say the D word. He will still be around. In fact,
Yeah.
he'll be more famous. I know some comedians that have told me, I just wish I could get someone would try to cancel me because then I'll be really famous.
What
I
is,
think
sorry.
getting cancer. Sorry.
No, you start first. Yeah.
Fight it out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cancel
I'll leave it to it. Yeah. No problem.
But I think getting cancelled for something we didn't do, like something we did long ago, like 10 years ago, if I did something messy, something wrong, if I acted
Give me an
racist,
example. What did you do wrong? Go ahead. What?
no, I didn't do anything wrong. I'm just saying, like, I'm a good boy. I'm a good boy.
Oh yeah. I can see you holding gun. Yeah. You must be a good person. I know it.
Say a person did blackface in the 1980s. When blackface was cool back in the day, and now if you can't just cancel him now for doing blackface 20 years ago, 30 years ago, like that's just messed up. I mean, what can I say? When times evolve, I don't think the old things will evolve. They're not some Play Store things that update as times evolve. So
East here in Asia, like sometimes I do get called by Indian calling us noodles. They call us by food, and then we call the Indians what do you call that? Onions. Because we also contain onions. Yeah, but we don't get cancel each other out. Sarut, I'm canceling you, calling me noodles, noodle soup.
cancel.
Okay.
I don't like that person. So like, I'm sure we can find, like he said, something that's that will be understandable for those who are not that are don't hate him, but they're indifferent, and they would go, oh yeah, like that's no, that's I'm okay with cancellation, or we would go like the censorship thing. Because
I mean, the problem is actually quite serious because, like, according to some economists, if the oil price reached more than 150, then the world will be collapse because everything will be doubled, and we don't know when it will solve. So it's not about like OPEC-ish, but like it's about the war, and we don't know when the war ends. So definitely Putin is responsible.
But is this personal for you? Do you drive?
No, I don't drive, but as I told you, I regret some of my investment choices.
Yeah, so money is a big it affects the whole economy. I didn't think about it. They said the president of the United States will be voted in or out based on gas prices.
Oh yeah.
Because it affects everything. It affects your food prices. It affects everything. Well, I personally think for me with gas is I don't drive. That's not my problem, but no, it is my problem because I have to spend more for other things. I think the solution to this, because I'm an environmentalist, I feel very strongly that gas should be like the iPhone. Make it very nice, put it in a nice little package, and just make it for rich people, and everyone else will not use gas because it's too expensive. So I want the prices to go so high.
Well, like, yeah, I mean, I do agree because like people say that before the Ukrainian war, like eco-friendly, like net like new reusable resources, those are just some slogans, but now it's getting survival. And I think we now have a chance, although the process will be very brutal, but now we have a chance to actually go green and save the planet.
Yes, Elon Musk must be looking at the news. You talk about it now, and he's like, oh my God. Tesla.
This news that some kids in Africa made this engine that runs on water.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
Wait,
So,
is that a old like 1980s?
maybe. But you know what's the fun part?
What?
It's not water. I think it's that they made it on. They made it on urine.
Urine.
I actually heard that. I heard that there was a using the waste.
Uh-huh.
You say urine, I say waste, and then they would recycle it and turn it into fuel.
Yeah.
Biodiesel, yeah.
That's actually very green, green and yellow, green and
Or
Green and
colorless.
brown.
Or colorless.
Ian, how much news do you consume? It seems like you're very knowledgeable about the world.
I watch like, so whenever I work, I have an actual day job. There's a PC over there. Yes, I am not unemployed. I still live visa. So there's a PC there, and next to me there's another like PC that I don't really use. And I just turn my Bloomberg on and just keep working. So
So
every
you-
time I see some
Do you
trigger
watch more than 5 minutes of news?
yes, like more than
I
2
have
hours,
a
I guess.
theory that
Uh-huh.
people that consume more than 5 minutes are mentally unstable.
Oh.
It's too much. Like the brain starts to get like soft and massage, and you just don't know. That's why we have political problems, because the right consumes certain amount of news, their news, the left consumes their news, and they don't have room for any other thoughts. Do you remember my name?
That's the reason why I do comedy, man. We are the fucked up ones. That's why we need comedy to the calmer nerves down. Seriously.
You know, like
Henry,
a
is that
computer
true?
that just overloads. It's like too much
Yeah.
input. You have to have some output, some input, like sex. Speaking of sex,
No, is that true? Is that true, Henry? That you did the research and then they say 5 minutes is too much? Is
oh
that
no,
a
I just made that up.
All right. Oh, as a philosopher, my goodness, I never watch news. Okay, right. First of all, petrol price in Malaysia, it's controlled. We produce petrol ourselves, so it didn't even affect us at all. Like nothing.
So we should go there for gas.
Yeah, please welcome. Yeah, it didn't affect it at all. I mean, I think it affected the government a little bit, but not so bad as because we produce our own oil. But from the philosopher point of view, yeah, actually, it's true. In Sanskrit word, it's called Brahma Bahuta. It's where in the morning, the first hour in the morning and the last hour before you sleep, the 30 minutes before you sleep, you should stop all news, all kind of social media into your mind. Is because if you are watching those things, it's like you are eating, chips and burgers and all stuff into it. It's unhealthy to your body. It's still no news are unhealthy to your mind. It's actually what we call law of attraction. In the morning, you wake up, oh, Russia, Putin, war. Now you're creating the outer world as war, and then you're going to attract it, and then you get to experience it soon. That's what law of attraction is, actually.
Yes, you are what you eat. Is perfectly. If you eat all that news, like I heard the word Putin every time I hear it now, because it sounds like a Latino curse word. Putin, in the curse word that is puta. Puta Putin, yes, which means, you know what it means, puta?
Idiot.
Abish?
A slut.
No.
Putin the slut, puta Putin, which might fit in some language. I don't know. He looks like he's a very multiple partner type of guy. He's never happy with one person.
Yeah.
We do make some investment into better sweaters and everything. Yeah. So because it's most well, everything is running on natural gas, the heating, and and the winters are cold, of course. Yeah. So but
What actually I see here is this. I think this America, they are doing it purposely, so everyone will support America fights the war. It's because everyone is angry. Come on, man, my price is so high. Fuck Russia. Everybody hates, and then we work up together. And that's what I see. I hope it doesn't happen.
It is a drumbeat. Like I was watching my 5 minutes of news, and there was at least 2 stories of people from Ukraine who barely survived the trip from Ukraine to get to New Jersey, and they're happy to be here, and we should support them. Not that I'm against Ukraine, but it seems like there's this big push to. I don't know if this is going to make it in the show because I might get canceled by saying that.
We are going to talk about not getting cancelled. Cut to when the episode airs.
I think it's against American right now. Zero will have one message: support Ukraine. Support. You can't have another thought.
Mm-mm.